Hello, I'm Dr. Thomas Martin. I'm a clinical professor of medicine at the University of California, San Francisco, and associate director of the myeloma program. I'm here at the Asco meeting reporting the results of a phase 1 trial of SAR650984 as therapy for patients with relapsed and refractory multiple myeloma. Now, SAR is an anti-CD38 monoclonal antibody, and CD38 is highly expressed in myeloma cells. This antibody, when it binds or engages CD38, actually sends a flag to the immune system and tells the immune system, come and get me. And consequently, this is a very exciting and new therapy for multiple myeloma. The previous therapies did not engage the immune system as well as this therapy. Now, in this study, we did a dose escalation study. We started with a very low dose of SAR and escalated up to a dose of 10 milligrams by every other week administration, then to 10 milligrams weekly administration, and then up to 20 milligrams every other week. And in fact, we found no dose-limiting toxicities. And so the drug was not toxic. The only toxicity we perhaps saw were infusion reactions. Some of the patients had some mild reaction during the infusion. We had to stop the infusion, give them more pre-medications like small doses of steroids or small doses of Benadryl, and then the patients were able to receive and continue on therapy. Most of the time, this was during the first reaction and the first infusion. And during subsequent infusions, patients did extremely well. So, in this patient population, we actually took patients that had, on average, 6 prior therapies. So in fact, these patients had almost no other options for them. This is a very heavily pretreated population. 100% of them had received prior Velcade. Over 90% had received prior Revlimid or lenalidomide. 40% of them had received prior carfilzomib, and 23% had prior pomalidomide. So these patients, again, were very heavily pretreated. Now, again, overall, the drug was not toxic. There were very few grade 3 and 4 toxicities. What we saw is a couple cases of pneumonia. Pneumonia happens in myeloma patients, and I don't think it was related to drug. Now, on the good side, we saw a very impressive overall response rate of 27%. And in fact, when we looked just at the cohorts where patients received more than 10 milligrams per kilogram, we had an overall response rate of 32%. And that includes some patients that achieved a partial remission or more than 50% reduction, patients that received a very good partial remission, more than 90% reduction, and even some patients that had a complete remission from this therapeutic. It's really an amazing response. If we include patients that had what we call a minimal response, a more than 25% reduction, the response rate goes up to 37%. This is really, in my mind, unheard of in this patient population. Currently, we have 2 blockbuster groups of medications, the proteasome inhibitors, like bortezomib and carfilzomib, and the IMiDs, like lenalidomide, thalidomide, and pomalidomide. Well, this potentially is the 3rd group of medicines that may be blockbuster medications. We are so excited about immunotherapy now in myeloma, and in fact, I think the monoclonal antibodies like SAR, like daratumumab, like elotuzumab are really leading the way for immunotherapy in multiple myeloma. And I think over the next 1 to 5 years, it's going to be really fun time for patients with myeloma, in that they're going to have many more options of therapy and many more combinations, including this immunotherapies.